Thanks to our friends at The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video. Visit fool.com/Riiv to receive the top 10 stocks to buy right now. Artificial intelligence continues to be the talk of the technology industry, and for good reason. GPT-4 was released just a couple of hours ago, and the writing, programming, and images coming out of it are just insane. The improvements that have been made in AI technology just over the last 12 months show that we are on an exponential growth curve for AI. But what does the future look like for AI and for investors? The answer may be a little more complicated than just betting on the companies that are getting the most press today. So let's dig into a few trends that I think we need to watch for. My name is Travis Hoium. Thank you for watching Riiv Investing. Subscribe here on YouTube, and please leave your comments in the comments section below so I can hear what you think about AI and give this video a like. I really appreciate it. Now let's go through a few things that happened just in the last 24 hours. Google announced that it's going to be introducing some AI tools for its G Suite, which includes Documents, Slides, Sheets, and Gmail. This is a suite of cloud-based tools that a lot of businesses use. And there have slowly been advances in AI in that area, but it looks like they're going to push that forward, especially with the pressure that they're getting from Microsoft, who's working with OpenAI. There is no timeline officially announced, but look for that to be an advance for Google in the case of OpenAI, and potentially something that they're going to be able to build on in the future. The bigger announcement is coming from Microsoft. This week, they're expected to announce that they're going to be including AI services. Again, those are made from OpenAI's models, which are driving Bing right now, but they're expected to be included in a lot of the company's productivity suite of tools. So that's Microsoft 365. Again, using AI to do things like help people write emails or build slides, really more productivity advances than anything else. And that really fits really well into Microsoft's business model. These are the two companies that have gotten a vast majority of the attention in the artificial intelligence space, and for good reason. They have some of the most advanced models. They've been spending billions and billions of dollars on building and investing in AI, and they have a business model to build on top. But I think there are advances happening in the background that may not be getting quite as much attention, and they're worth looking at. And that's the open source models that could be included on something like your phone. Stable Diffusion is the biggest name here, and they're creating models that are being used by Apple and Canva. Stable Diffusion is developing open source models that can be then modified by developers or just put right on a device. Right now, I think there's two paths for AI to go. Most of the things that are being built are where the AI itself, the inference or the computation to create that answer that people are looking for, the image that people are looking for, that happens in the cloud. That's actually relatively expensive compared to something like a Google search, and on the order of pennies per query or per conversation. That's according to OpenAI's cost estimates. So what's a way to reduce that cost? Well, it's to put the burden, the electricity burden in particular, on the user. So put it on your iPhone or your Mac or your PC, whatever device you're using to do an artificial intelligence query. If these models can be run from the chips on your device, that would be a big efficiency gain. But that's likely going to be done with open source models like Stable Diffusion. The question for a lot of these companies is, how quickly are these models going to get better? And is there going to be a sustainable advantage for having a better model that's maybe only better for a few months or maybe a year at most? And I think this is where we're seeing the rapid improvement in artificial intelligence kind of shows the path forward. GPT-3 and ChatGPT were really powerful, and this next iteration looks like it can do things like pass standardized tests and write computer programs. That's going to be incredibly powerful in helping people be more productive. But do we need to grow by leaps and bounds over the next 3, 4, 5 years? I think as these models get more efficient and more specialized, it's more likely that the model itself is going to be good enough at a certain point, and we're just going to be able to put it directly onto a phone. So something like Siri or Google Assistant is going to run an AI model on the phone for you, and developers can tap into that open source tool on the phone. This would be more efficient for doing all of these queries, but it also means that some of the value isn't going to be accruing to the bigger companies that seem like they're the clear leaders today. So this is something that I think as an investor, we really need to think about, is who's going to be able to extract value from the value chain right now. And I have a lot of questions about whether it's going to be the big companies like Google and Microsoft and NVIDIA that seem like clear leaders today in artificial intelligence. I actually think we're going to go the other direction, that these AI models are going to get to a point where they're good enough to do really incredible things on our phones with the devices that are in our pockets. And if that's the case, then who do we want to be invested in as investors? It's going to be companies like Apple, Taiwan Semiconductor, who's making the chips, these custom chips that are going into phones, and then even the apps that can tap into this artificial intelligence that's on device. So Spotify, Snap, these are the kind of companies that are exploring artificial intelligence and finding ways to utilize it in really interesting ways that could give them a leg up on the competition. I think as AI continues to improve, it's not actually the technology leaders that are going to drive the most investment returns. It's going to be the companies that are able to take a commodity artificial intelligence product and add value to their users. I've given just a few ideas here, but this is an area that I'm going to be exploring more and more on Riiv Investing. So subscribe here on YouTube and you can help learn about this burgeoning technology with me as we look for more and more investing ideas that are maybe a little bit outside of the mainstream in AI. Thanks for watching, everyone, and I'll see you here next time.